Thank you. I'm so happy to be here tonight as the Governor's Award goes to my friend, the great cinematographer, Owen Roizman. He will leave here tonight with the Oscar he's so long deserved. In 1971, when I was just out of college and desperate to direct movies, the French Connection exploded into the world. It combined all the grit and grime and handheld excitement of documentary filmmaking with the narrative drive of the best Hollywood thriller. The genius of that brew changed movies forever. A few years later, Owen and Billy Friedkin collaborated again. Working under very different conditions, they created a movie that scared the pants off of everybody in the world. The Exorcist was shot on elaborate sets with hundreds of in-camera effects, along with startling, expressionistic confrontations of darkness and light. And yet, people sometimes forget the reality level of the story is amplified by the hyper-realistic shots of Georgetown and Washington that frame the horror. Owen shot westerns and thrillers and comedies. Sometimes he shot more than one at the same time. I'll give you an example. If you watch Network, you see the perfect marriage of theme and image. There's a great scene where the head of the network, Ned Beatty, reads the riot act to anchorman Peter Finch in a long conference room lit only by the lamps on the table. There's rarely been a stronger evocation of God's wrath raining down on a mere mortal. With Sidney Pollack, Owen made Tootsie, one of the funniest movies of all time. It was chock full of beautifully lit faces, sophisticated compositions, and startling reservoirs of emotion. The remarkable achievements kept coming. 3 Days of the Condor, Straight Time, The Electric Horseman, True Confessions, Taps, Absence of Malice. We all wanted our movies to look like that. But Owen was doing something more than just redefining the look of Hollywood films. He was inspiring young cinematographers and filmmakers all over the world. You can see his influence in hundreds of movies made since the French Connection. The private Owen Roizman is funny and generous and impossibly sweet. Owen and I made 4 movies together. He was nominated for Wyatt Earp. When we were out scouting those locations, we would be dazzled. We were both not young men, but what we saw made us feel all the excitement of young men. When you get to place figures in that magnificent landscape to tell a big story about America, you know you've had a lucky life. Owen has inspired young filmmakers for 40 years. He will inspire them forever. He is the great Owen Roizman.